Well, Patty, we are here with another show live from Ukraine. Tonight we have some very special guests. And I know in New York up there, it's just as hot here. And yeah, how is things going up there? You getting any rain?
It's rain and then hot and then sticky, just like good old New York in the summer.
Yeah. Well,
But you know what? I'm not going to complain because after talking to some of our friends over there in Ukraine and Rotary doing amazing work, I'm not going to complain about the weather today.
yeah, exactly. We have a good friend of ours from the 361 network, Irina. And Irina, it's good to have you with us tonight. Thank you so much. I know we're going to bring your mom on. How are you in Dubai?
Me perfect. I won't complain as well about anything in Dubai, I guess, as well as the weather in New York.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'd like to bring your mom on, Nadya.
I'm quite busy on telephone, like 20 hours a day, but still I'm not complaining.
Well, thank you so much for having us with your mom on tonight. It's a great honor for you and your mom to be here with us, Nadya and Irina. And your mom is a psychologist working there in Mariupol and all across the Ukraine. Nadya, how are you tonight? Good evening to you. Добрый вечер.
Добрый вечер.
Thank you for Thank you for joining us. Дякую.
Да, конечно, да. Вы меня слышите?
Отвечай. Да. На что-то, что можешь, отвечай сама, тогда основное буду переводить.
Хорошо, да. Добрый вечер.
Well, can you tell us what's going on? Because there's a lot of confusion. People are saying they're lying. No one is being raped. It's all lies, and we're not doing anything. Can you tell us the truth? Tell the world the truth.
Можешь для начала в общем сказать какие-то вещи, что вообще на самом деле происходит? Потому что то, что слышат в мире, оно очень разнообразное. Кто-то говорит, что никто вообще не был изнасилован, что это все придумано. Кто-то говорит, что было. Какая ситуация в реале?
Реальная картина такая, что мы имеем дело с совершенно другой культурой. И когда мы разбирались даже с нашим этносом, с нашей культурой, то мы пришли к такому выводу, что насилие заложено у людей, живущих на территории России, просто в крови. Переведешь, Ира?
Translate something. So when they've been analyzing with other colleague psychologists about what's going on, because a lot of rape issues were all over the surrounding of Kiev in Kharkov region, and while analyzing, they realized that we're taking deal with a completely different mentality, completely different culture. So, and her opinion and her colleagues, psychologists, that the violence is like in gene, in blood of people that are living on the territory of Russia.
I see.
Это видно из... в общем, это даже видно из каких-то народных обрядов. И если в Украине девушка выходила замуж, и она всегда радовалась, и она называлась невеста, то есть молодая женщина выходила замуж, то на территории России, и она радовалась, потому что у нее был муж, который ее защищал. То есть отец ее отдавал мужчине, который ее защищал. Переведешь это, Ир? Или подождешь? Хорошо. То на территории России... на территории России девушка выходила замуж и плакала, потому что она называлась сноха. Это плохое слово. Это означало, что ее все мужчины этой семьи могли насиловать. Ну вот.
Wow. And so if we look background on the tradition, historical, ethnical tradition of, for example, Ukrainian culture and Russian culture, we will see that historically, when Ukrainian girl got married, when she was a bride, she was very happy, and this was a real holiday when the father of the girl gave her favorite lovely daughter to some other guy who gonna keep save her and take care about her, and everybody was happy and smiling and laughing and in love. In Russian tradition, ethical historical tradition, we can see this marriage for Russian girl. It was it was a when girl was crying because if like in Ukrainian language, a girl called невеста, like bride, and in Russian language they called her snaha. That means that after she got married, all men of the family of this guy could have sex, rape her, and this is kind of very deeply historically in the tradition. So something for us can be as a violence, for them that's kind of usual way of life. And the day of bride historically used to be as not happy at all day.
Right, right. Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. Sounds like at a 1400s from the medieval times with the king.
И, конечно, придя...
Конечно, дико.
Ну, дико, да, это правда. И когда эти люди приходят и видят, что вот украинцы живут в красивых квартирах, у них красивые улицы, красивые дома, их это очень бесит и вызывает зависть.
And when Russian soldiers came into Ukrainian houses and they seen how Ukrainians live, they felt just terribly jealous because they seen that we live actually good. We have nice furniture.
Yes, nice furniture, nice bed, nice things around the house. Yes, totally understood.
Well, I think that was one of the stresses, Marty, that they were saying that they're already shaken from being dislocated, right? And then on top of it, the emotional distress of the crimes. So she was sharing earlier with us before we went live on those beautiful tactics that they're using to get their mind off those stresses. I would love to hear about that.
Yes, yes.
Can you please repeat last phrase, please, because I was off from connection.
Yeah, how Nadya was sharing the techniques to help them get through the distress.
Which techniques she used, yeah?
Yes.
Какие
Yes,
техники
when the
ты
people come
используешь?
in.
Какие техники ты используешь для снятия вот стресса, вот когда ты начинаешь работать с группой людей?
Ну, начиная с самых простых, это дыхание. То есть дыхательные техники, дыхание под счет, медитация, очень короткая медитация.
So main technique and first very primary technique is mainly connected with breathing, just with some very simple meditation and breathing techniques.
И дальше это Метафорические карты, рисование.
The next, it's more close to kind of art therapy, drawing, some techniques, and metaphoric cards with like association cards.
Угу. И арт-терапия, рисование.
Я сказала.
Да. И людям надо много говорить, выговорить, рассказать.
And the main they try to provoke people for talking. They need to talk as much as it's possible. They need not to keep it inside. They need to deliver all emotional issues inside them. All emotional stories happen to them.
Они много плачут.
They cry a lot. From the beginning, they can just cry, started to talk.
И у меня вот тут стоит много воды, простой воды, много чая, теплого чая, зеленого и черного, и мягкие конфетки, мягкие.
And also it's like very simple things, but they always need to have a lot of water, tea, black, green tea, and some very soft sweets. Because usually, I guess also one of the reasons that these people come from basements, from their undergrounds where they were staying for quite a long time, and sometimes they didn't have even such things like water. We're not talking about any cookies or cakes or tea.
И когда большая группа, иногда кто-то может пошутить. И тогда другие улыбаются, и я очень радуюсь, что люди улыбаются сквозь слезы, на шутки, реагируют на шутки.
And sometimes when they have like a big, very huge group of like 30 people or over, some people can, not from the beginning, but like in the middle or by the end of the session, they can start joking. And so mentors and my mom and her colleagues are very happy with that when people have reaction on jokes, when they kind of laughing or at least smiling through the tears.
Can I have a question? How about singing, music, any dancing? I know it sounds extreme under these conditions, but I could only imagine if a group gets together and starts just praising to be alive, you know, it elevates.
А ты используешь музыку или танцы? So I guess this is the answer. То есть ты используешь песню, музыку, танцы, да?
Обязательно,
Yeah,
да.
it's important, very important part to use also in therapy, music, dancing, and she's got a collection of instruments, and I guess she always brings this to her therapy. А ты приводишь коллекцию инструментов?
Конечно.
Yeah, and she always deliver her collection of different unique instruments from all over the world.
Please tell your mom on behalf of Mark Sainer and Istiak Doza and Adam Blanco and John Bellomini and so many people that we are so thankful for the work that your mom is doing. It's unbelievable.
Огромное количество человек очень благодарны за ту работу, которую ты делаешь и ты с коллегами делаешь. Это просто неимоверно.
У нас сегодня мы запланировали, вот сегодня у нас понедельник, мы в субботу с вот этой командой моей, сейчас больше 30 человек, мы идем вместе на экскурсию на Андреевский спуск. Это то место, где у нас люди много чего делают руками, вот, и мои мариупольцы хотят это все посмотреть. что можно делать еще руками. А в понедельник у них будет мастер-класс с барабанами. У нас будет 50 барабанов, и мы будем играть на барабанах.
And today group that they were working with, on Saturday they plan to go to some very historical Kiev place named Andreevsky Descent, where a lot of masters of handmade gather there and present what they are doing. And all these people, they want to see examples what else they can do by their hands, because this is the main thing that can switch them from the stress, from their reality. And on Monday they are preparing some music session with playing different instruments, where most of the people gonna be involved in this music session. But I guess we're now talking about people that are like immigrants, internal immigrants. Because if you wanted to ask about the category of raped people, I guess there is a bit different procedure. You want me to ask her about this category? Yes.
Well, I mean, it's really, the topic is on hand, but, we want to also show people that under the worst case scenario, we could still lift each other up and get through it, right? Because we're still living, and that's the glory that we have to all be thankful for, that there's people like you and your mom. And I did want to go back a little bit to that trauma, though. I know it PSD, post-traumatic syndrome. I know that's usually a little further down when something happens, but being that you're in the center of a war, so it's really hard to put it behind you when you're still in it. Are you seeing that people are suffering a little sooner than later with the post-traumatic stress, when maybe they see another person that just reported a rape and they're just barely starting to get better themselves? And then I have a part two. Are you seeing that children are being more resilient? And thank you.
Children, what? Where?
If the children are being more resilient, they're dealing
like
a little
easier.
bit, making it. Yeah. Sometimes it's very mysterious that children, although they're the most vulnerable, they seem to be the strongest at will to move on and get better. So maybe the children are helping the adults. I don't know. I'm not there.
Окей. Вначале она хотела сказать, что на самом деле то, что они хотели увидеть, подчеркнуть, что это совершенно удивительно и замечательно, что есть такие люди, как ты, которые помогают дать второе какое-то дыхание, новую жизнь людям, которые, казалось бы, еще в войне, которая еще не закончилась. Если вернуться к людям, у которых сильнее стресс, базирующийся там, например, на насилии, если такой, с ними идет такая же процедура терапии, или там идет по-другому? И есть ли такой момент, еще вторая часть вопроса, что, например, бывает, дети какие-то очень страшные вещи проходят легче и еще являются опорой для взрослых. Есть ли такая же ситуация, например, в случае с насилием? И как, проявляется ли посттравматический синдром и в каком виде он проявляется?
Те женщины, которые пострадали от большого количества насилий, они проходят по международной процедуре. И вначале с ними работают следователи, потом с ними работают врачи, хирурги, потому что у них нарушено тело, очень много повреждений телесных, наружных и внутренних. И потом, чаще всего, в большинстве случаев, их увозят из Украины. Есть многие женщины, которые изнасилованы. Об этом знают знакомые, но они сами не хотят, чтобы об этом кто-то знал. Они иногда обращаются за какой-то разовой консультацией Вот. Их можно узнать, понять, что в группе есть такие, ну вот не всех можно понять. Вот. Что в группе такие есть. Они могут потом обращаться за психологической помощью спустя много лет.
Можно я переведу?
Да.
Промежуточно. I'll first part translate. Women that were really cruelly raped, mainly there is following some international procedure working with them. So psychologists are not on the first stage. First stage is people from police working with crimes, prosecutors, and then people from doctors from medical sphere, from healthcare, because they usually quite a lot damaged, and most of them were brought outside Ukraine. So after passing part of the procedure, and as I remember what mom told me before from these first issues from Bucha and Irpen, that the main what was focused psychologist on is to prevent them from suicide. So this is like primary things that they could make. Some women after not the heaviest cases, that are not too much damaged, prefer not to tell about this to anybody, and so some of them, of their surrounding friends, they know this, but they don't go themselves to doctors, to psychologists, and sometimes they can come back to this. They try to hide very, very deeply this problem, and they come back to it. Sometimes can be in few years, or sometimes they come make just like one visit to psychologists and then disappear, hiding this problem, and then probably in few years coming back with this problem. Перевела, да. А по детям есть такой момент, что они...
Я сейчас буду говорить, да. Ну вот то, что связано с детьми, то совсем маленькие дети, они могут, ну совсем маленькие, это 5 лет, 6 лет, вот, они могут легче перенести какие-то тяжелые ситуации, там, то, что они увидели. Вот. Они еще не очень понимают сами, что насилование, что это разрушение личности. Вот. И они могут утешать своих мам, близких. Вот. Они могут, да, быть, ну, я не знаю, насколько назвать опорой, но они могут утешать мам своих. Если говорить про девочек, которым 12 лет и старше, 10-12 лет, то это очень тяжелая ситуация. Ну, она очень тяжелая, потому что в это время уже девочка формируется как девушка, вот, и лучше бы она была взрослая, чем ей было бы 10 или 12 лет.
Можно я переведу?
Да.
Give us 5 minutes, Irina. We're going to break for a commercial, and when we come back, I want to make sure that people feel like they have heard the truth from a daughter and a mother about raping in Ukraine by the Russians. Because there's been a lot of people saying, oh, it's not happening. Oh, they're lying. Oh, it's just a bunch of bunk. Men aren't doing that. And here we have all these women here live from Ukraine who are dealing with this, working with this. And when we come back, I want to make sure that people on earth and the world hears the truth about what's really happening. It's very important. Hold on. We will be right back, guys. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Give us 5 minutes. We will be right back to take a break.
Did you know that at least half of the world's population still does not have access to essential health services? One of the biggest problems in developing countries is the lack of medical monitoring devices. We have a solution. Kipuwex. Kipuwex is an easily attachable, lightweight IOMT device, which continuously measures all the clinically relevant biomarkers vital to the assessment of your health. Kipuex uses smart algorithms to provide efficiently reliable measurements for healthcare professionals. The biomarkers can be monitored remotely, anywhere and at any time, with a mobile and web application. Kipuex is not limited by physical infrastructure and is suitable for professional use and in the future for home users as well. A simple user interface will let you choose which biomarkers you want to view and displays them on easy-to-read graphs. We here at Kipuex want to combat healthcare inequality and help millions of people around the world.
Did you ever miss someone who has passed away? Now there's the Missugram app, giving people a brand new way to tribute the lives of deceased loved ones, or simply remember tender memories. This exclusive app is a user-friendly social media platform, giving people everywhere a respectable and comfortable place to create private or public memoriams. Missugram has additional features like chat rooms and links to deceased databases and inspirational quotes. Users can also comment and connect on public posts. Join us and keep memories alive forever. Everyone wants to be remembered. For more details and download on the Google Play or Apple App Store, visit miss-u-gram.com.
Hey, Chef Outer here. Want to tell you about my Amazon best-selling memoir cookbook, A Chef is Born, chock full of recipes, also ranked the 77th book of all time out of 99, according to the Book Authority.
It's a good book, but I'm a better chef than you.
Yeah.
Looking for a powerful way to market your company or cause? Bentree Advocacy can help. Our team has experience creating high-impact marketing campaigns that resonate with your target audience. Contact us today at www.bentreeadvocacy.com to get started.
When people ask us who we are, we tell them we're problem solvers, opportunity creators, and change makers. We are Rotary. Around the world, our network of 1.4 million neighbors, friends, and leaders volunteer their skills and resources to solve issues and address community needs. Take action with us. Find out more at rotary.org/action.
Well, my friends, we are back. Thank you again for joining us. We have Irina and her mom are with us tonight. We feel very lucky to have them here. And Nadya is direct to us live from Ukraine. And this has been a huge thing that we have been trying to get to the bottom of, is these reports from people that there may or may not be any raping going on. So, Patty, have you read about any of this stuff in the New York Times or any of the various different papers? What's your take on it as an American woman?
I mean, you know what? We don't hear about these things, you know, and it's upsetting because it's kind of like putting underneath a rug. And, you know, we need to let the world know. And it's something like really, you know, uncomfortable to talk about. And maybe that's why we're not talking about it, but it's necessary because we need to put a stop to it. And if we're going to be helping Ukraine like we say we are, then we also got to, you know, spread the news about what really is happening, not just the land takeover, but what's happening to the humans. It's just, you know, and I was thinking about this, and we're in 2021, and I understand like war's been around since the beginning of time, but you know, I really thought we've gone a little bit better than barbaric. You know, I feel like it should be army versus army. You know, it's just unethical, and I know it sounds like cuckoo, like what are you talking about? It's war. But if we're fighting over land, can it just be army versus army? Why does it have to be this way? It's just, I mean, what can I tell you? I don't like war anyway. So,
Absolutely. Just 1 week into the war, the Ukrainian foreign minister, Dmytro Kuleba, alleged that there had been numerous cases of Ukrainian women being raped by Russian soldiers. And so we've been putting that up, the facts from a number of newspapers and reports in the Ukrainian language as well as English down here at the bottom. So, yeah, Irina, over to you.
I will give you an answer of your previous question about children and post-traumatic syndrome. So what Mom was explained before in previous part, that really works, that you told with the children of 5, 6, for example, when they don't really understand. So it's dedicated to both issues. Sometimes when they see something that in front of their eyes, and sometimes that this was done to them. So 5, 6 years old children when were raped. And sometimes they overcame this easier because they didn't understand what is actually going on. They are not yet a personality. So they are just like growing personality. And sometimes really it works like they try to they try to say to parents, to relatives, to mom, like, be strong, how are you okay? Because they didn't realize what actually happened to them or what they seen. But they definitely don't work with their girls when they are, for example, 10 or 12 years old. This is the most difficult issues that mom couldn't even like finish explaining and describing them, because they are already personality, they are already like a young woman, and unfortunately in these cases mentally and psychologically it's kind of broken personality forever. Like if somebody is grown up personality, grown up woman, it takes her a bit easier than for this very, very the most sensitive age of 10 or 12 years old. Я перевела только что то, что ты рассказывала вот перед рекламой по поводу детей и девушек. Что-то ты хотела еще добавить?
Ну, я хотела сказать, что привозят не в нашу психическую больницу, но в психические больницы других городов. Я бы не хотела называть сейчас названия этих городов. Вот, потому что ну, в общем, это такая публичность, которую не хотят эти женщины, вот, но привозят просто буквально группами женщин, которые сошли с ума. Вот. Они уже не подлежат никакому протоколу, потому что их невозможно опросить, спросить, их можно просто полечить, и все. Что с ними будет дальше, неизвестно. Мы не знаем. То есть они просто уже все. Их психика не выдержала.
And there is some quite huge category of women that whose psychologically mental state just got cracked or crashed, so they mentally completely broken. And this category of women, they delivered straight. There are in few cities. She wouldn't like to mention these cities because they are not allowed now for procedure because they are following in process. So they deliver just in houses for mad, crazy people. Sorry, I don't know how to correct to tell this in English. This category of women, they will never come back to their usual life. So they can make just some therapy, just to a bit calm down, to distress, to work a bit with this traumatic syndrome, but they will stay forever in these, how to call it correctly, houses for mad people, for crazy people. So that means that
psychological, hospitalization.
Hospitals. Yeah. So this is, I mean, this is not about age. This is just about sensitivity of women, of children, of girls, and quite huge category of women like that my mom met.
Я буду через неделю работать с группой детей. Это будет лагерь, но у них кто-то остался из родных. Их будет где-то 30 человек. Вот. Я буду с ними работать как с обычными детьми, вот, потому что я рассчитываю на то, что их вот это детское любопытство и желание познавать новое должно победить. И вот они, когда в команде, то они тогда очень хорошо вовлекаются во всякие истории, в создание каких-то новых сказок, сказки, остров сокровищ, музыка, танцы, барабаны.
In 1 week, she's gonna work with a group of teenagers. It would be like kind of camp. So this is raped teenagers, and her strategy to work with them, not like with people with huge trauma, but she won't try such a strategy to work with them like with normal people, like to try to touch their childish, their curiosity to the world, and probably probably this will have success, this strategy to switch them from trauma just to the curiosity to the world, to the fairy tales, to build some fairy stories. So this is the plan. Some attempts they want to try to follow.
So now we know the truth, and for the world watching out there, you have heard it from these women. You have heard it from the daughter. You have heard it from the mother. You can make your own decision up on how you feel, if they're lying, if these reports are all false. For me as a man, I actually believe them. I know Irina, and I seriously doubt that she is lying about it. And having watched the amazing work her mother is doing, we could see what the truth is, I think, tonight. I think people are pretty convinced that it's obvious what is happening, what the real occurrences are that are occurring. and putting an end to the games on earth with, oh, it's not happening. Oh, they're not doing that. Oh, they didn't. Oh, they're making that up. Yes, they're just saying that. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's actually what's occurring. I think what's happening possibly is they're lying. So I think that's what the real thing that's going on here. And I'm not surprised that people are shocked. Like Istiak Doza in Bangladesh, a wonderful man. He said, my God, right? My God.
We cannot blame people that don't believe in this reality because, frankly speaking, every day a lot of stories we hear and we see that we cannot believe ourselves. Like even seeing that, you cannot believe that this can be true.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we want to thank you tonight, Yakuyu, Nadya, and say goodbye. Thank you for a wonderful show. We really appreciate your bravery. Patty, would you like to say something about her bravery to come on? Because she's there, capable of reprisal and being oppressed.
I did want to know if there's anything that you think that we can do other than spreading the word. Is there anything that comes to mind that we can help you? Or is there something that seems to be a common thread that people are asking for that you don't have, like coffee, or what goods or services that are you lacking? And I know that sounds like a big loaded question, but maybe there is something that comes to mind, and you could always, we're in communication. I just wanted to throw that out there, that we are here as Rotarians, also helping this this war in the Ukrainian standing by you. I'm tongue twisted because I can't believe what my ears are hearing. Like you said, it is hard to believe. It's hard to believe, and I'm sending lots of prayers.
Exactly.
Я немножко переведу. До этого говорил Мартин о том, что на самом деле очень многие, есть проблема, что очень многие люди в мире, и в США в том числе, просто не верят в это происходящее. Я объяснила, что, наверное, мы не можем их осуждать, потому что мы действительно, нам иногда самим не верится, что это может в реалии происходить, и что это может быть вообще реальностью. Тем более люди на другом континенте, которые как бы не видят это своими глазами и погружены как бы далеко в другой среде, в другой реальности. И тоже вопрос еще, есть ли что-то, в чем есть необходимость, чем они могут помочь, о чем бы ты хотела сказать, как бы всему миру, на что обратить внимание, к чему привлечь внимание или о чем попросить у всего мира?
Да, конечно, я бы очень хотела, чтобы, например, делегации наших людей, которые пострадали, были, например, просто приняты в каких-то разных странах, чтобы они могли посмотреть, как еще живут другие люди, и могли тоже рассказать немножко про вот этот свой пережитый опыт, но они уже к тому времени перестанут плакать, и они будут просто говорить о мире. Как важно, будут говорить про мир и про любовь, потому что даже вот сейчас они, люди из Мариуполя, они очень сильно хотят это все забыть. Они сами в это не могут поверить, потому что они говорят, что это находится за пределами добра и зла. И еще, конечно, я бы хотела, поскольку у нас еще война, и война очень страшная, и гибнут наши люди, я бы хотела все-таки поддержать наших военных и попросить военной помощи. Вот. Попросить вот того, что просят наши военные. Вот. И я бы хотела, чтобы нам верили, доверяли, потому что это очень важно. И большое спасибо вот сказать сейчас вам за вот эту вашу поддержку, потому что нам это очень важно понимать. Вот мне важно, людям, с которыми я работаю, Очень важно
Можно я
понимать...
переведу? Извини, можно я переведу?
Да.
Sorry, first words were a bit difficult. That what she's saying can be very useful and very helpful for those people that overcome and that had this experience of violence and crime in their and war crime and violence and rape in their life. That probably to bring them to some other cities, other countries, to show them some other experience of normal, usual life, like not the camps of refugees, not the other parts of Ukraine where is not very bombing but still alarming and everything reminds about war. They sometimes this group, very heavy group, they need to be delivered in normal, usual life. They want
Sure.
and she says that it's very important for them to show some other lives, other experiences, to switch them, because the most things that they want the most in their life, even as war is not finished now, they want to forget this. They want this to forget because this is these things that were happening to them. This is already over their evil and life and the real, not real life. So they don't believe themselves that they could happen in real life, and they want normal lives. They want love. They want feel and see love around. And and she is very thankful for you, actually, because it's very important for her to see that what she is doing is important for the whole world, is important for you. It's very important to her that to see that you are not indifferent, that it really touches you. And
well, you have people like Mary Carbajal who have seen what the truth is tonight. We understand the truth. We believe it now, and we knew it was always going on. I didn't actually need to hear it, but this was actually worse. But now I hope the world does know what the real truth is, and we can put an end to the lies, games, and fraud.
Что еще, да?
Я бы очень хотела, вот мне пришла в голову идея, если бы можно было устроить общение людей одного возраста, подростки и подростки, молодежь и молодежь.
Онлайн или офлайн?
Это можно начинать с онлайна, устраивать такие мосты, и, может быть, это можно было бы сделать офлайн, вот какие-то делегации, чтобы люди пожилого возраста приехали, например, к нам, американцы, чтобы кто-то из наших людей пожилого возраста приехал в Америку, для того, чтобы вот увидели друг друга, люди друг друга. Людям увидеть друг друга проще, когда ни одного возраста.
And what idea just arose in my mom's that it would be very cool if we could make some cooperation connection in between people of the same age. For example, teenagers with teenagers. That could like grown-up people with grown-up, children with children, like older people with older people. Very important to be the same age and to join groups from like after our some crimes and some very cruel stories with people kind of normal world full of love and usual life. This can be like online, starting from online communication, and probably some guest visits or some campings where people can meet each other, or some foreigners coming to Ukraine, like more or less safe places of Ukraine, seeing people of the same age communicating, or some groups of our people meeting some other countries, people of the same age, and very important for them communication. So they want to, the main idea is that they want to forget everything as soon as possible, as nightmare, and they want to see normal, real, usual life, usual stupid problems, usual emotions, usual communication.
Well, not Nadia and Irina, we thank you so much tonight. We appreciate you guys coming on and having the opportunity to spend this much time with you. Typically on the news shows, it's 4 or 5 minute clip, and they're off and they're on to the next one, the Oscars or the Emmys or some other kind of news. We look forward to talking with you guys again and getting another update, and also to seeing things get better and to drive the Russian bear out. We thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yakuyu.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us on the Presents Streaming Network.